So welcome everybody. We're gonna start our program. Our panelists are here and we have a ton of information to share with you. It's my pleasure to welcome you to the Delaware County Technical Schools Practical Nursing Program Virtual Open House. I appreciate you taking this time to be with us tonight, and I'm hopeful that this presentation is transformative and the benefits of our program encourage you to pursue practical nursing. If you have any questions, please type them in the chat box below, and we will have the time to answer that in our Q&A session at the end of our session. So tonight, we're going to introduce ourselves. We're going to be able to talk about why you should become an LPN. We're going to do an overview of the DCTS program, and we're going to talk to you about the DCTS Advantage, and then at the end, we'll have time for our Q&A. All of the information I share with you tonight is available on our website in complete detail at lpn@dciu.org. That's our email. You can go to dciu.org/LPN. If you reverse it, it becomes our email, but you can go to dciu.org/LPN. Tonight's panelists are myself. I'm Stacy Delaney. I'm the Practical Nursing Program Supervisor. We also have Jalissa Ferguson with us, who is a brand new nurse, and she's a graduate from our program. We have Jeannie Cavalieri Grover, who is our PNP Financial Aid Consultant and Collegiate Aid Services, as well as Dr. Stephen Butz, who's our Director of Career and Technical Education Program. The DCIU is an educational service organization whose mission is committed to the development and delivery of quality, cost-effective programs and services to schools and their communities. The Practical Nursing Program fits within this educational framework of student services under the Delaware County Technical High School's adult program. The Practical Nursing Program is located at 85 North Malin Road in Broomall, Pennsylvania. Our goal is to prepare you to sit for the state NCLEX PN examination for licensure and to be employed as a licensed practical nurse. Our program is for anyone over the age of 18, no matter your background, and many of our students are re-entering the workforce, their parents, or looking to further their education. Dr. Butz, would you like to say a few words?
Yes, I do. I want to say welcome to all the prospective students and everybody that's joining us on this webinar. We greatly appreciate it. We are thrilled with the amount of students that have started with us over the last year. Our enrollment has gone quite high, and we are thrilled. I want to say thank you to Ms. Delaney and our great staff for everything that you do for our students. I want to say our staff and our students that are attending now and our alumni is what makes our program the best program, in my judgment, in the state. I urge everybody to listen, and if you have questions, follow up with us during this open house or give us a call. Reach out to us, send us an email, and consider us a part of your start in the nursing program. And Ms. Delaney, I'll turn it back to you.
Thank you very much. I will offer a complete breakdown of the program later this evening, but first I would like to share with you some recent accolades that the Practical Nursing Program has received from Georgetown University's Center on Education and the Workforce. In 2020, our Practical Nursing Program was recognized as Pennsylvania's top higher education program based on a 10-year net evaluation. To put this in simpler terms, 10 years after enrolling, graduates of our program are earning more than graduates of any other program in Pennsylvania when factoring in the cost of school. Our program offers a quality education at an affordable price. Now you will hear from Martin Vanderwerf, a representative from Georgetown University's Center on Education and the Workforce, to congratulate our program on this achievement.
Hello, I'm Martin Vanderwerf. I'm with the Georgetown University Center on Education and the Workforce, and I'm one of the authors of the reports we have done on the return on investment from colleges and college programs. The rankings of college ROI come from data submitted to the College Scorecard, which is a website created about 5 years ago by the U.S. Department of Education. We started looking at the website at the center and trying to determine where students would have the highest earnings based on their programs and credentials. We were looking not just at big four-year colleges and universities, but at smaller colleges and institutions that people don't think about often, but have lots of value for the students that they serve. What we found in general is that students who enrolled in short-term programs often got the most value out of them in the short run. It makes sense because people who spend less time in school have more time to be out in the workforce making money. The Licensed Practical Nursing Program at DCIU is one of the most lucrative certificate programs in Pennsylvania, but also in the nation when you measure it by return on investment over the first 10 years after enrollment. Nursing programs in general hold a lot of promise for students. Earnings are high, and Pennsylvania is expecting a shortage of LPNs by 2030, as are other parts of the country. In addition, 20% of LPNs go on to earn either a bachelor's or a master's degree in nursing. So the increasing demand for nurses will likely drive earnings even higher than present levels, and increasing levels of education like a bachelor's degree will also lead to higher wages. Our research is intended to show people that good career choices are available for potential students at all levels of the American higher education system. The Licensed Practical Nursing Program at DCIU is one of those programs with great value at a low cost.
That was a very exciting report for us, and we like to be able to share that with everybody that we can. So why become an LPN? Now that you've heard all the exciting things our program has to offer, and you're probably wondering, why would you become a licensed practical nurse? To answer this, I'm going to review what a practical nurse is, and we'll talk a little bit about the growing need for LPNs and the endless opportunities this career can provide. To start, what is an LPN? The LPN performs selected nursing acts in the care of an ill, injured, or infirm under the direction of a registered nurse, physician, or dentist. This is from the PA State Board of Nursing. Now more than ever, nurses are essential to our nation's health and well-being. If you enjoy taking care of people, nursing may be for you. As an LPN, you'll provide patients with quality care and comfort measures. This includes performing numerous nursing skills, clinical tasks, and offering basic care and assistance to patients in a variety of settings. Obtaining your practical nursing license can be a stepping stone on the pathway towards future education. Many graduates of our program come to us when they realize a four-year college nursing program was not the right match for them. We're going to play a short video about Amadou, a recent graduate of our program.
My path to become an LPN is I'm currently working in a group home where we help elderly people to achieve their goals to become independent. And with all the services that we provide for them, I decided to empower myself to become an LPN. The simulation lab helped me a lot when it comes to learning more. It is not just about what you read in the book. You come put it into practical terms, and thereby doing it repeatedly, it is an opportunity for it to stick, not just like reading the theory, but the practical aspect of it to get used to it, know how to manipulate all the equipment. Even when we go for clinicals, you will find out that because of these simulation labs, we are improving and we are doing very well in the clinical field. I will encourage you to choose this program because they maintain standards, their values, their instructors are always there to help you out when you have a problem. Their simulation program is the best. So I'm encouraging you all to choose this program so that you'll be able to impact lives out there. It is one of the best. Choose this program and you will succeed. I am Amidou Bangura. This is my DCTS pathway to become an LPN.
So as I said earlier, I'm going to go over the details of our program, but all of this information can be found on our website, dciu.org/LPN. This is a 12-month program with 4 levels, each lasting 12 weeks. This is a full-time program, and classes begin in February and September of each year, Monday through Friday. Each class admits 50 students. Level 1, students are taught fundamental basics nursing skills necessary to care for a patient. They also learn math for medication administration, anatomy and physiology, as well as vocational nursing training. In level 2, the students will learn basic nutrition, the skill of administering medication, and begin to learn medical surgical nursing. Students are also introduced to the concepts of mental health nursing. In level 3, students will focus on obstetrical and pediatric nursing, as well as medical surgical nursing. And then in level 4, students focus on advanced medical surgical nursing, psychiatric and cognitive impairment nursing, and gerontological nursing. Our clinical rotations take place in healthcare facilities throughout Delaware County, including students this introduces students to many different clinical settings that they can find themselves working in as a practical nurse. We have students in hospitals, long-term and short-term care facilities, schools, doctor's offices, and more, depending on the needs of our students in the community. Currently, we have students at Fair Acres, DCIU Head Start programs, Marple Education Center school nurse programs, Crozier Chester Medical Center, Taylor Hospital, and Kindred Hospital. So tuition. The tuition prices reflect each level's courses, and the total cost for the program is $24,933. Level 1 is listed there, 2, 3, and 4. And so the total cost of all that added up is $24,933 per level. Now I'm going to turn it over to the program's financial aid consultant, Jeannie Cavalieri Grover, to give you an overview on the financial aid process. Jeannie?
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Hi, everyone. Tonight, I want to go over a brief overview of the financial aid process. There are 3 steps to apply for financial aid. You must complete the free application for federal student aid, the master promissory note, and the entrance counseling session. All of these 3 items can be completed online at studentaid.gov. That's studentaid.gov. Now, the first application you want to complete is the free application for federal student aid. You want to complete the 24-25 version of the FAFSA. When you complete the FAFSA, you must indicate our federal school code so your information is released electronically to our financial aid office. Our federal school code is 031284. That's 031284. After you're done the FAFSA, you want to complete the master promissory note. The master promissory note is the legal document in which you promise to repay your loans and any accrued interest and fees to the U.S. Department of Education. It also explains the terms and conditions of your loans. The third application you want to complete is the entrance counseling. The entrance counseling session ensures that you understand the terms and conditions of your loan and explains your rights and responsibilities as a student loan borrower. You will learn what a federal direct loan is, how it works, your options for repayment, and how to avoid delinquency and default. Now, once you complete those 3 applications and you are accepted into our program, you will receive a financial aid award letter, which will inform you of your eligibility for federal financial aid. This may include a federal Pell Grant and/or federal direct loans. Once you receive your financial aid award letter, you can accept it, and we must receive a signed copy back to our office. You will apply for financial aid twice during the program. You will complete the 2024-25 FAFSA for levels 1 and levels 2, and that includes the first 900 clock hours of the program. And then you will complete the 2025-2026 FAFSA for levels 3 and 4, and that covers the last 600 clock hours of our program. The LPN program is 1,500 clock hours in length over the 1 year of your education. During that time, you will receive a total of 4 financial aid disbursements throughout the program. And like Stacy said, the total cost of the program is $24,933, which includes your 4 levels. If your financial aid exceeds your tuition and fees, you will receive a refund within 14 days of your financial aid disbursement. You must maintain academic progress throughout the program to remain eligible for financial aid, and you must meet the practical nursing program attendance policy. If you do fail a level, your pending financial aid will be canceled and you will have to pay out of pocket to repeat. You can also apply for a PA tip grant from FIA. This program provides awards to students enrolled in programs of study in various healthcare careers. We are an approved school for PA tip. The PA tip application for the 24-25 academic year will be available sometime in the summer. This application will get sent directly to FIA for processing. And that pretty much sums up the application process at the practical nursing program.
Thank you so much. Like we said, if you have any questions, you can leave them in the Q&A section below. There are some additional fees. Part of the additional fee is the application fee, that's $260, and a non-refundable deposit of $1,000 is due 30 days prior to the start of the program. Uniforms and books are purchased separately, and the full tuition breakdown can be found on our website, dciu.org/LPN. All additional tuition and information is broken down for each year. So if you have any questions about that, please give us a call, 484-423-7003, or like I said, you can email us as well, lpn@dciu.org. On the website, we have a step-by-step admissions process. To be considered a candidate for the practical nursing program, you're required to start with the TEAS test. The TEAS is the test of essential academic skills. This is a pre-admission exam. Once the TEAS test is complete, the application and the non-refundable fee of $260 will be submitted. This will reserve your spot in the program. Students who score between a 44 and a 57 on the TEAS test will be provided a free remediation course before admission into the program. We also need you to get your high school transcripts sent over to us. After your spot is secure, the student will then receive a code to begin submitting information to Castle Branch. This is our pre-admission background screening and health information process. Be mindful that when you're completing these items, they may expire while you're in the program, so you need to keep up with them and make sure that they stay up to date. Once the background check is complete, then you can go ahead and start applying for FAFSA, the financial aid. And then if you need any assistance during the submissions process, we are here to help. You can contact lpn@dciu.org and send us an email, or call 484-423-7003. We truly offer an amazing program that leads students to their desired position in healthcare. We have a wonderful graduate here with us today, Jalissa. So Jalissa, how did our program help you advance your career?
Hi, everyone. So still kind of new. Wrapping my head around being called a nurse is a little mind-blowing still sometimes. But before I was a medical assistant, and when I was working there, I said, like, I want to do more. How do I do more? So I was talking to an actual LPN, and she was telling me that, like, I can take this step if I don't think I'm fully ready to, like, do the whole RN program. I can take this step, become an LPN first. And then if I can even use that as a way to see if I even like it being a nurse, because you pretty much doing everything an RN does with a few minor tweaks. But further in my career, taking this step was the hardest but most rewarding decision that I made thus far. You get an increase in salary, one, so that's always a plus. You're able to provide more care to the patient because you have to want to care. And that's another thing that, like, you realize with this whole career thing, like, you have to want to care. So you get to give that care to the patient. You get to be their advocate. You get to be that person that they look to for everything. And becoming an LPN has helped me to get started on that journey. It doesn't end here, but it really created that foundation for me so that I can move forward in my career.
Jalissa, can I ask you a follow-up question?
Yeah.
Was this program easy?
No. It's not easy, but it's definitely doable. There's a lot of coaching. You just have to listen, but it's not easy.
Right.
So don't walk into it expecting it to be easy. You have to want it and you have to put the work in.
And can someone do it that's a parent?
I have 3 kids.
Yeah.
And I did it. So it's
And
definitely doable, but you create your village, get your village in order. You're going to need a village. You can't do it by yourself. Don't expect to be able to do it by yourself. Get a village, lean on your village, and just make your village proud, and then it'll all be worth it in the end. Like, they'll feel even better helping you. Like, yes, they want to help you because you're their family and they love you. But when you get through it and you're done, it's worth it. It's worth it. But it's not easy, but it can be done.
Well, we are all very proud of you. You did an excellent job in this program, and you really showed that a parent can do this, someone that's working can do this, and you also showed us how you can help others and encourage others in your program, but also in future programs as well. So thank you so much for being with us tonight, and thank you for helping us throughout our program to encourage other students as well.
Thank you. And it's my pleasure to be here. If I can just tell you anything, like, it can be done. Like, you just do it. Like, you just literally have to just make up your mind. Like, I want this because in a year from now, the tuition is not going to matter. You can make that back in real fast. So yeah, it matters now. You may look at it and you're like, oh, maybe. And then you're also looking at it like, oh, it's a long time, but a year is not that long. A year is gonna go by so fast. Before you know it, you're gonna be in level 3. Like, we here already. Like, it's doable, and it's do it.
Perfect.
Take
Thank
the
you so
step.
much. Yes, it's a big leap, but once you do it, it feels good and you get going.
Yes.
Nice job. Thank you very much. So we are so proud of our graduates and the dedication that they show day in and day out. I have another short video clip from Brittany, another recent graduate of ours.
Before I enrolled in the program, I was a massage therapist. I became one about 10 years ago, and I was debating whether to do massage therapy or to go into an LPN program. Ultimately, I chose massage therapy, and 10 years later, here I am doing the LPN program. I'm really excited to learn about all the different departments and fields that are available. My oldest daughter inspired me to pursue a career as an LPN. She's had lots of medical issues since birth, so we've been in and out of the hospital, and all the nurses and doctors that have taken care of her so far have been wonderful, and I just want to be part of the team. I see my career taking me, honestly, everywhere. There's nursing jobs all over the place, so I'm not really sure what specific area I want to go into. I would tell the prospective students for the DCTS LPN program that this is no joke. It's very serious, and you're going to learn a lot of information. I am Brittany Hodges, and this is my DCTS pathway to becoming an LPN.
So we're going to talk now about the DCTS Advantage. So tonight I've shown you the endless benefits of enrolling in our program, as well as the opportunities you may have upon graduation. If you're still looking for reasons to join our program, we offer full accreditation by ACEN. ACEN is the Accreditation Commission for Education in Nursing, and we are also approved by the PA State Board of Nursing. The ACEN accreditation is really important to us because it's a nursing accreditation. So if you want to further your education in a nursing program, most of the ones in our area require that you go to a nursing accredited program prior to going to their program. If you want to do like an LPN to a BSN program or an LPN to RN bridge program, And so we offer that because we are ACEN accredited. And so hard accreditation to keep. And so we work really hard to make sure that we're meeting all those standards so that we can provide that to you. Our program also has the #1 return on investment for higher education over a 10-year period in Pennsylvania. We have actually more than a 90% job placement rate this past graduation cohorts. And we have financial aid and grants available for students. And then we also do NCLEX PN preparation in the program and after the program as well. So now that we've made it to the end of my session, my part of the session, we would like to know your questions. If you submitted any questions in the chat box, we're going to answer them now.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes.
All right. So going back to the chat, is this a day, wait, hold on a second. Is there a daycare on site?
Yes, we have the Friendship Academy that's available within our building. It is for ages 3 to 5. So they are actually right below us. So a lot of our students who had kids that are age 3 to 5, they can drop their children off, go to school. Sometimes the hours don't match perfectly, but like Jalissa said, you kind of have a village that can pick them up if they end a little bit earlier in the day, or if you have to be out at clinical for that day.
Okay. Are there tutors available for the TEAS test?
For the TEAS test, there's a lot of opportunities available through atitesting.com. They have some study guides, different books that they have available for you, as well as practice tests that you can take. They write the test, and so we always encourage that people go straight to that source then, because their study guides then match their test. We don't offer a study tutor or anything like that from our program, but we just guide everybody to ATI for that.
Okay. Are there any evening classes or just all day program?
We're a daytime program, so most of our classes are 8:15 to 4 p.m. We do not currently offer any evening programming.
Okay. All right, here is a specific question. What if our high school no longer exists? This is in reference to transcripts.
This happens sometimes. The Pennsylvania Department of Education typically has the school that might have absorbed your transcript. So if you went to a small, let's say a small charter school, then the local school district in that area often will absorb those transcripts. Sometimes the Pennsylvania Department of Education is also the storehouse for them as well. So you're going to want to reach out to them. Worst case scenario, you do not have a transcript. We do have some students that then go on and do the GED to prove that they have the knowledge that you needed to start our program. It is a state board requirement that you have proof that you've completed high school.
Okay. Could you repeat what to expect of level 1?
Yeah, level 1 is where you're starting out with those fundamental skills. So you're going to take fundamentals of nursing, you're going to take anatomy and physiology, you're going to take math, our pharmacology course, that's a math course as well. So we can get you prepared to start doing some medication administration. We're also going to do a personal and vocational relationships training course. So how to be a nurse, how to talk as a nurse, how to communicate with your patients and your peers, as well as the different staff that you're going to experience at different places that you work.
Okay. Could I be a traveling nurse as an LPN?
Definitely. There is a huge demand for nurses all over the world. We have had graduates that moved to Hawaii to be nurses. We have a student that just graduated that's looking into moving to Texas. And so a lot of them will link up with a travel agency and then move around. We have a student from 2 years ago who has been to 17 different states already with different contracts as an LPN. And she's counting and then reporting back to us, which is fun to kind of follow her little journey.
Okay. If you are already using, sorry, this thing keeps jumping. If you're already using financial aid elsewhere to get your degree, can you still use it here?
Jeannie, do you want to tackle that one?
Sure. You can only receive financial aid from one school at a time. So if you are in the fall, say you attend our program, we have to be your home school to receive financial aid. So you can't be enrolled in our program and then maybe a community college. So we, while you're enrolled, would be your home institution. And even if you receive financial aid previously from other schools, you can still receive financial aid as long as you have not reached your aggregate limit. As an undergraduate student, you can borrow up to $57,500 in federal direct loans. Once you reach that aggregate limit, you can no longer borrow. And as an undergraduate student, you can have up to 6 years worth of Pell eligibility. So the question, or I should say the answer is yes, even though you've received financial aid from other schools, you can continue to receive financial aid at our school.
Thank you.
Thank you. How can we sign up for the TEAS test?
You're going to go to atitesting.com, and there's 3 little boxes that will pop up, and it will say, like, are you a current student? Are you a director or a teacher? Or are you preparing for the TEAS? You're going to click, I'm preparing to take the TEAS. They'll walk you through the whole process. You can schedule that. There's 2 options. You can schedule to do it in person. Our local school that we oftentimes students will go to is Delaware County Community College, their testing center. And then the only issue is that you'll have to pay to have your test scores sent back to us, because they'll go directly to Delaware County Community College. Or you can take it at home online, and they'll do a proctor, and they'll have them scan the room, and then you'll take the test on your own computer at home, and the scores can be sent directly to us then.
Okay. Are you using ATI version 7?
Yes,
Okay.
we are on version 7 for that.
Okay, so here's another question. The first step is to take the TEAS test and then you pay your $260?
Yes. So we don't really recommend anybody paying the $260 until the TEAS test is taken, because let's say you unfortunately take the test and you get a 30. We don't want you to put the $260 towards your seat when you have to then pay to take the test again. You have to wait 30 days in between your testing window. So the $260 application fee is non-refundable. So we don't want you to kind of put the money out and then maybe not achieve the 44 that you need to come to our program.
Okay, thank you. Is the September class full?
No, we just opened up enrollment. We're officially open today. We have a few spots that are taken from students that wanted to start with us in February but had to defer for different various reasons. So they're going to come to us in September. But as of today, enrollment is open.
Okay. Let's see. Okay, so someone took their GED test in Delaware. Do they need to get it examined for the program?
Yes. So any out-of-state GED does need to go through the Department of Pennsylvania's Department of Education to receive a certificate of preliminary education. This is a little bit of a process, but there is a ton of information online. If you go to our step-by-step guide, you'll see a paragraph that talks about having education outside of Pennsylvania or outside of the country. This is also applies to students who maybe are moving from another country to the US, and they have education from a country in wherever they grew up. So you're going to need to get your transcripts essentially evaluated and then processed through the Pennsylvania Department of Education. We have a lot of information about it online, and we're always here to help with that process, and you can give us a call or an email as well. It's a little bit of a tricky process, but once you kind of get rolling, there's a ton of support that kind of puts you to the right people, and they can get it done for you. It takes about 8 weeks if you're translating your transcript from another country, and then it takes about 2 weeks for the Department of Education to process it. So we tell you to start now if you do need to bring in any transcripts from another country. The GEDs go a little bit faster because they're usually similar throughout the United States, but they do have to be processed through the Department of Education.
Okay. If you have your associate degree from a college, can you use that transcript instead of finding your high school transcript?
Unfortunately, no, we do need the high school transcript for the department or the State Board of Nursing. But we are excited that you have achieved your associate's degree. There is also a possibility that you might have taken some classes that we can accept in our advanced placement process. So you might have taken anatomy and physiology in the last 3 years. And if you pass successfully, we have a test through program. So you will take a test with us and we can count your credits from another school. If you have any nursing courses done as well, within 1 year, then we can process that through as well. It's another test that you'll take with us just to make sure that you've retained that knowledge before coming into our program.
All right. Do you suggest a particular GED program?
No, we don't have any affiliation with particular GED programs, but if you're able to, I would do one in the state of Pennsylvania because that makes the process a lot faster instead of having to get the GED process through another state.
Okay. If you have below a 44, and sorry, you have to take the remedial class, can you explain how that will work?
Yeah, so we cannot accept you without a minimum of a 44. So if you received a score below a 44, you're going to need to retake the TEAS test. You need to wait 30 days before you take it again from your last attempt. If you've achieved a 44, between a 44 and a 57, we have a remediation course through ATI. And so their program gets you kind of ready to kind of find the areas that maybe you're a little weaker in to get you strong before you start school. Because you don't want to start school and be like, I really didn't understand the math or science or English. So this program is about a 6-week program that will walk you through some of those foundational skills so that you can walk into the first day of nursing school a lot more confident.
Okay, we have a question from a dislocated older person who always thought about becoming a nurse and would like to change professions. This person is in a layoff situation right now. Could an older person be a student? And do you also have older students?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, we've had students from 18 is the minimum. And I had a student that was 70 years old as well. They are wide range, and we actually love when we have a more varied class because we find that the 18-year-olds that are coming right out of high school are super excited, they're super ready, but they sometimes need a little bit more support. And then we have people that are 50s, 60s, 70s that have lived a life already. They know exactly what the workplace is looking for, and they can really guide those 18-year-olds to go, hey, when you want to ask for this through HR, this is how you do it. Or you need to talk to someone in the office, this is how I would go about it. And so it's really nice to watch that mentorship happen. And we also love when we have people from different careers that can bring their perspective into our program and tell us even like, oh, when I was an accountant, we would do things this way. And so this nursing process makes a lot of sense because this is exactly how we did taxes in the tax process. So it's kind of interesting to see us kind of compare different types of fields that people had in previous jobs.
Okay, great. You may have mentioned this before, but what should they use to study for the TEAS test?
You're going to want to use the ATI TEAS study guides. They create the test, and so they have the study guides that really mimic the test.
Okay. And can you reiterate about the bridge program offered?
Yeah, so there's a program coming into our program or going out of our program. So coming into our program, we have the advanced placement process. You can find more information about that at dciu.org/LPN. You're going to click, if you go on your phone, you'll click the little white arrow, which will drop down the menu. That menu, you're going to see the student policy handbook, and you can search for the advanced placement process policy there. Basically, if you've taken anatomy and physiology within the last 3 years and you have a passing grade of C or higher, we can accept the credit, but you will take a test with our program just to make sure that you've retained that knowledge. Same thing with a nursing course. So let's say you started at Delaware County Community College, you took fundamentals of nursing with them and realized, whoop, this isn't where I want to be. You've transitioned to our program within 1 year. We can then accept the course that you've taken and passed there into our program. And then we also test out of that course as well. We do need the syllabus from the school that you went to because we have to compare just to make sure that what they were teaching is what we would have taught you as well. There is a fee for the testing, And then there's also, you just write a letter that says like, I would like to test out of this class, just so we can keep it for record keeping.
Okay.
And then, oh, sorry, the bridge
Go ahead.
program, part of our program, there are a lot of LPN to RN programs in our area. Delaware County Community College has a great one that we work with them. So a lot of our students will continue on their education after our program to do the LPN to RN or LPN to BSN programs as well.
Okay. Are the remedial classes free of charge through the ATI testing site?
Yes, once you're accepted into our program, if you scored between a 44 and a 57, we will give you the remediation course through ATI.
Okay, and what is the start date and graduation date?
Yep. So if you're starting in the fall, you will start September 3rd and you will graduate at the end of July. Might be the 19th off the top of my head. I have to double check that one. But you'll do September 3rd, so it's the day after Labor Day, is your first day of school, and you'll go till the end of July.
Okay. And everyone starts at level 1, correct?
Correct, unless you have completed enough courses from another school that you've done the advanced placement process and passed all the tests to come in, then you could start in level 2. We don't allow any student, and the state does not allow any student to start past level 3. So you can only either test out of level 1 and 2 and start with us in level 3, but it all just depends on what courses you have completed and if they're within the appropriate time frame.
Okay, so again, how soon to submit the TEAS test to potentially be approved for the September date?
Tonight. You can go in and schedule your TEAS test as soon as we're done tonight. We are a first come, first served program, so we do fill up quickly. There is no set deadline for our application process. We will stop accepting students when we're full, when we reach that 50th seat. So we do encourage people to turn in their stuff as soon as possible. We are a very popular program in our county, and so we will fill up quite quickly. So we don't want you to miss out on the opportunity to come to our program in September because you were waiting on scheduling that TEAS test or anything like that. If for some reason you do miss September, we do have the next start as February. So a lot of people will say to us, oh, can you hold my stuff? I would like to come in February. We will hold your information that you have sent. If not all the parts are here, for one more cohort. But after that, then you'll have to start the process again.
Okay, and can you repeat the deadline for everything to be in? I'm
So there's
assuming
no-
we need for the September start.
Yeah, so we have no set deadline because we usually fill before July. So we like to make sure that just everyone gets everything in as fast as possible. But we do have to end up starting to set some sort of stopping point, only because you need to have enough time to get all of your clearances, your physical, everything done to start the program in September. But typically we're full by July. So we encourage everybody to get your stuff in now. And then some people have called and started trickling in some items, but if you don't have all 4 of the items, so the TEAS test, your application fee, and your high school transcript, then we can't complete your application process until all 4 of those items are here.
Okay, are uniforms included in the tuition cost?
Uniforms are not included in our tuition. You can purchase your uniforms from any retailer that you would like for your classroom days. And then for your clinical days, we get our uniforms through Flynn O'Hara. So you'll go to the store and you'll purchase them there, and they'll have our appropriate logo, and you'll wear them when you go to clinical.
Okay, and will this Zoom recording be available on the website?
Yes, so the Zoom recording will get sent to everybody who registered for this evening, as well as being available on the website.
Okay. Is a vaccination card mandatory?
Yes, our clinical partners require that our students are all up to date with all of their childhood vaccines, as well as the current COVID vaccines and flu vaccines. This is a requirement through our clinical partners that we have to follow to stay partners with them to go to clinical. We are going to care for very vulnerable patients. And so the clinical sites like the hospitals and the long-term care facilities and the schools all require that all of our students come in with up-to-date vaccinations.
Okay. How much out-of-pocket fees must be paid outside of financial aid?
So it all depends on how much you qualify for.
Okay.
So you'll qualify based off of your tax information that you would submit when you do the FAFSA. So if you receive a full coverage, like Jeannie said, some students actually receive more than our program actually costs. They can sometimes receive a refund. Otherwise, there'll be whatever the total cost is out of pocket for what's remaining that was not covered through financial aid.
Okay, and again, how long is the program from September 2024?
So we're a one-year program. So we're going to start September 2024, right in the beginning of the month, and we end all the way at the very end of July, which is a little bit less than 1 year, but there's a little bit of time that it takes for you to go and take your boards afterwards.
Okay. Couple more. Can the school pay my fee from the beginning up to the end of the program, and then when I start to work and pay it back?
I would love if that's possible, but we are a non-profit organization, so the money that we bring in from everybody pays for you right in that moment. And so we can't really necessarily pay for you from someone else's money. Like Jalissa wouldn't be able really to have her funds pay for you and then you pay us back. We would love for that situation to happen. That'd be great. I don't know too many schools that have that option either.
Okay. Is it possible for someone who has a certification as a nurse assistant or medical assistant to test out of level 1?
It depends on when you've taken those courses. So you might have some of the courses that we can take a look at. You can email lpn@dciu.org and let us know kind of what you've done, and we can take a look at that with you.
Okay. And again, do they do the remedial class before or after starting the FAFSA?
So you'll take your TEAS test, and if you score between a 44 and a 57, then you'll know that you'll need to take the remediation course. That starts 6 weeks prior to the program starting. So 6 weeks before September 3rd, you'll receive information about logging in and going through the program, through the remediation program. It's online. You work with an educator through ATI, and they kind of work through those fundamental skills to get you ready for nursing school. You should just apply for FAFSA after your applications and everything is received. You can even start applying for FAFSA now if you really want to, but sometimes students don't want to do it until they're accepted into the program. So either way, that works for you.
Okay, getting back to the vaccination, do they need a booster shot or only the first 2 COVID shots?
Currently, all of our clinical partners are just requiring the first 2, but that can always change. So as soon as, if we ever hear anything, we'll let you know it right away.
All right, and is there tutoring available for students in the program? And if so, is there a cost?
Yes, there's free tutoring. It's 4 nights a week, Monday through Thursday from 7 to 9 p.m. And it's from a nurse educator that's worked with our program for many years. So she knows the language of our program. She knows kind of what's expected from each course. She knows how the test questions are asked. So she can really work with you about actual like test taking strategies, but also the content of the courses.
Okay. When you take the TEAS test for a second time, do you have to pay the full price again?
Unfortunately, ATI does charge you that full price. Just remember, you have to wait 30 days in between each attempt for our program.
What is the time for the classes and clinical days?
Yeah, so our classes days are 8:15 to 4 p.m. and you'll get a lunch break in between. Then our clinical days are about 7 to 2:30 p.m. Some of our clinical start times will be a little bit earlier. For example, Crozier likes us there around 6:30 because then we can hear that morning report from all the night shift nurses. And then if it starts at 6:30, though, you'll end at 2 p.m. So every day will be a 7-hour day with a half-hour lunch for clinical. And then for classroom days, you'll be in the school from 8:15 to 4 with about a 45-minute lunch break.
Okay, I think we just have one more. Is the remedial course like a pass or fail thing?
Yep, so it's a certificate at the end of that program. So you'll finish all the modules with the program. You'll do all of the different like quizzes and different remediation that they have for you, just to make sure that you've fully achieved all the items that they want you to understand. And then they'll give you a certificate. We'll get the certificate as well, and we'll know that you finished that course. Our best bet, though, is try your best with the TEAS and try to get above a 57. Then you don't have to worry about it at all.
Okay. There is one more. If someone fails a class, what are the steps moving forward for the next classes?
Yep, so you will repeat that class if you choose to, and you'll come back to our program when the class is offered again. So our classes are offered September and February is our cohort times. So every 6 months, the class is offered again. So we highly recommend that you don't fail, first of all. And so stay confident, stay positive, you can do this. But if you do fail, there is an opportunity that you can come back with the next cohort and do the class again.
Okay, questions keep coming. Do you pay out of pocket if you failed?
Yes. So financial aid will not cover you for that second attempt. They need to see that you're successful and before they can reinstate your financial aid.
Okay, how many weeks in one level and what courses are taught in each level?
Yep. So we're a 12-week per level program. And so in level 1, like we mentioned earlier in the evening, we have fundamentals of nursing, personal and vocational relationships 1, our math course, which is also our pharmacology course, as well as anatomy and physiology. In level 2, we have our fundamentals of nursing round 2. We have concepts of mental health. We start a medical surgical nursing program, nursing course. And then we also have our nutrition course. In level 3, we do our obstetrical nursing, our pediatric nursing, and we continue our medical surgical nursing course. And then in level 4, we have advanced medical surgical nursing. We have our personal and vocational relationships 2 course. We take a look at our psychiatry and our cognitive impairment patients. And then we also have our gerontological course.
Okay, did you mention pharmacology? Is that?
That's in level 1.
Level 1, okay. All right. I think that's it.
Awesome. If you have any other questions, we're easily reachable at lpn@dciu.org. You can also call us at 484-423-7003. We highly recommend that you leave a message. We always return our calls. And sometimes we're just on the phone with another person. And so we don't want to miss your call, but definitely leave a message. We'll call you right back. The best way that we do recommend, though, is through email because there's 3 different people that are checking that email all day long. And so we have someone that can answer you right away. So that's lpn@dciu.org. And you can send us your question. We'll answer you right back, whatever you have any questions about. We also very much recommend that you take a look at our website. We have a ton of information listed on our website, including that step-by-step guide. That step-by-step guide really walks you through exactly what you need to do to get into our program. And also has information about our program, like the timing of the classes and the different courses that we have. All right. So now that we've finished that part, I want to thank everyone that has joined us. And I want to thank all the prospective students and the panelists for joining us, as well as our DCIU administrators that made this event possible. Like I said, please do not hesitate to contact us at lpn@dciu.org or call 484-423-7003. We are also on Instagram and Facebook at @DelcoTechLPN. We post a lot of fun pictures and videos there for you to check out. And also remember, the information we reviewed tonight is available on our website, dciu.org/LPN. I want to thank you all for joining us tonight, and we hope to be a part of your pathway to becoming a licensed practical nurse. For those of you that want to stay on, we have 2 more videos to show you. First, Lauren Winston will share why she joined our program. And right after, you'll see our students handling a code blue and other patient issues in our hands-on simulation lab. Thanks again.
My path to becoming an LPN was a little different. I always wanted to become a nurse, and I always knew about this program even during high school. I had my children very young at 18 and 19, so I didn't think that I was ready right out of high school. But when they were about 3, 4, I printed out the application. I took the TEAS test here at this building, and I was all ready to go, but I was afraid. I was afraid to not be able to handle being a mom in school. When COVID hit, my kids were already in middle school, and I lost my job. And that's when I realized I had to put myself first and do what I wanted to do. I knew right away I wanted to come here. I printed out the application, I called, and classes started in 2 months. I have a special needs sister who's actually older than me, but sometimes seems younger. I watched my mom care for her all my life. I've seen nurses come in and out all my life as well. We even had nurses go on vacations with us. So I always have wanted to be a nurse. Like, I enjoyed helping with my mom. I enjoyed helping the nurse. My grandmom's a nurse. My sister's a nurse. She actually came to this program 2 years ago. Now I'm here. I would tell a student that is looking towards this program at DCTS that you can do it. You just have to give it your all. You have to be ready, but you can do this. I am Lauren Winston, and this is my DCTS pathway to becoming an LPN.
Here at DCTS, the most important element of our practical nursing program is getting students hands-on experience right from the start. Within the first few weeks of our program, Level 1 students are introduced to our state-of-the-art simulation lab. Our lab is equipped with high-fidelity mannequins that can replicate bodily autonomy, like breathing, coughing, blinking, and talking. Important metrics like blood pressure, heart rate, and oxygen levels can be manipulated to resemble situations students might find themselves responding to as an LPN. The invaluable experience from the sim lab gives students the confidence to apply their skills when working with real patients. Our classroom structure allows for students to reflect on their simulation experience and apply what they've learned as they move through the program. Our program's goal is to send our graduates out into the real world prepared to provide exceptional and safe patient care.
Chest. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and give you the nitroglycerin. Do you have any questions about it?
No, you explained it really nicely the other day. I remember all the education you gave me.
Right, and can you confirm your date of birth and your name?
Mercy P. Diem, 11/3/1974.
Thank you.
Do I swallow this medication?
No, this medication is gonna go under your tongue, and I'm gonna stay with you to make sure that your angina subsides.
Oh, that's right. You told me that. Thank you for reminding me.
Hey, Pat, are you okay? Are you okay? She has no pulse, no respiration. Cold blow.
I have the crash cart. I'll start respirations.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 19, 20, 21, 22, 24, 25, 26. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Every scenario in the simulation lab builds students' critical thinking skills and keeps them engaged when learning best practices in the classroom. Learning how to respond to a stressful patient scenario in a controlled environment will have students thinking like a practical nurse before they even step into their first clinical setting.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is Nurse Amidu. How you feeling now? You good? All right, she's breathing.
For more information on our program, visit dciu.org/LPN.
Thank you, everyone. We're so excited to see you in the fall. Like I said, if you have any questions, head over to dciu.org/LPN, or you can email us at lpn@dciu.org, or give us a call at 484-423-7003. Have a great evening. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay.